Uh, so today we are going to discuss the interview questions. Okay. So it is divided into three sections. First, we will hold on one second. Yeah, so interview section is divided into three parts. First is the manual testing questions. Are you able to see here? So first question, before I go to manual testing and specific, let us make a generic section. That is what? General questions. Okay. So first question which is asked in the general question is, question 1 is introduction. Okay. Please introduce yourself. This is the first question asked in any interview, any company. First question is asked what? Please introduce yourself. Next question is asked is the project explanation. In project explanation, you have to explain what? Who is the client?
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Uh,
Hello.
yeah, just see the general questions, okay? And here we are discussing about the interview questions, okay? So first is that generic question, please introduce yourself. Then is the project explanation. In that, who is the client, okay? What is the
Please allow
flow?
me to record.
Already given, flow of the project. And then what is the flow of the project? And then you have to explain here. So what is the duration? Also, you have to explain here which is the domain. And the third question, which is the generic question, is what is your roles and responsibilities? These three questions are very, very generic. As soon as you go in an interview, first question they will ask, introduce yourself. You have to tell your introduction, that I am so and so person working as a senior test engineer or test lead in so and so company from so many, from 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 8 year, 10 year. And then you have to tell what? I passed my college from a certain college. Apart from that, you can tell I am working in as an ETL tester and manual tester. That's all. It should be very, very precise. It should be very, very accurate. No hesitation, no stammering, complete flow with clarity. It should be short and it should be crisp. Next is the project explanation. So if you are telling your ETL project, you have to tell what? It is a data migration project where data is going from the various layers like source to staging to data warehouse to data mart and BI reporting. And it is an ETL project. The ETL tool used is the Informatica. The BI reporting tool used is the Power BI or any other tool, suppose Tableau. Then what you have to tell is your roles and responsibilities. So as an ETL tester, the roles or responsibilities are study the requirement, understand the requirement, write test scenario, test cases, prepare RTM, do the test execution, log the bugs, and prepare test execution report. That is nothing but your STLC, which is already taught to you, software test lifecycle. Next question asked is, if suppose they are asking roles and responsibility in manual testing, first you have to explain your project of manual. Suppose I take a IRCTC application, what I will tell
Sir,
is what?
sir, is it possible that we are working as a ETL tester as well as manual tester?
Yes, yes, yes. You will tell, suppose first you will tell I am working as an manual tester for 3 years. And later from manual testing, I shifted to ETL testing because I got interest in ETL testing. and I wanted to learn a specific technology. So I moved to ETL testing after working for 3 years in manual testing.
So
Manual
in
test,
present, I will tell that I am working as an ETL tester.
correct. But 3 years I worked as a manual tester, and then I wanted to go in a specific skill set. Then I moved from the manual testing to the ETL testing. I talked with my manager. He taken some interviews with respect to database, ETL testing, database, and all, and he pushed me into the ETL testing project. With respect to manual testing project, what you have to tell is that any website you will take, suppose the telecom domain project, you will tell what is a telecom domain website where RF engineers are going and installing the particular towers and all. In the website, everything is mentioned, and we are just seeing the installation procedure, the domain, the everything in the website, and based on that we are getting the information. Whatever your website is there, if it is a Facebook application, you will tell it is a an application which is a social networking site. Here we can add friend, chat with friend, do video call, voice call, all those things we can do. So this is a web-based application, and what you have to tell is what is the roles and responsibility, understand the requirement, review the requirement, prepare test scenarios, test cases, RTM document, test execution, and then find bug, prepare bug report, and prepare test execution report, entire STLC. After all these things, you can tell also that I am working in a certain, yeah, you can also tell a particular domain. Suppose I am working in a telecom domain, you can tell I have in manual testing, I was working in a particular domain. Yes, tell me. After all these things, the next thing is what they will tell what. Now, this is a very, very generic question. What is your introduction? What is your project? What is your roles and responsibilities? A very, very generic question, and every answer should be ready immediately. As soon as it is asked, you should be ready with your answer because you already know the question. This question you do not need to think. You do not need to think and answer because it should be mugged up because you already know this answer. Completely, question is asked, you should fire the answers. Next. After this, there are some questions like why you changed your profile from manual testing to ETL testing / BI reporting testing. So this is a very, very generic question. Why you changed from manual testing to ETL testing or BI reporting testing? So the answer is what, guys? Because I had more of interest in database and SQL, and I wanted to know more about these things, and I got interested in these things, and I changed my profile from manual testing to ETL testing. Next question they will ask is, okay, what is the testing process followed in your company? What is the testing process followed in your company? Okay, so testing process means what? You have to explain entire STLC, software testing lifecycle, entire STLC, which I have already explained. Next is which model of SDLC is followed in your organization. Can you please explain agile methodology? This is a very, very important question. Which model is followed? And you have to explain what? Agile methodology. Next. Can you please explain the team structure of your company or of your project. Team structure. What you have to tell is 2 developers are there, or you can just tell more. 4 developers are there, 2 test engineers are there, okay, 1 manager is there, who is the scrum master. We call him as scrum master or project manager, okay. So these are the people in my team, 4 developers, 2 test engineers, and in this 4 developers, these 4 developers are of ETL developers. They are ETL developers, and 2 developers are what? 2 developers are what? BI reporting developers. BI reporting developers. Okay, you have to explain this also. Now, these are the things. These are the very generic question. You should be ready with all these answers. Okay, next.
Yeah.
What are the challenges in your project? Like requirement is not clear, okay. We need to ask from development team or project manager. Timeline is very tight schedule, so we need to work late hours as delivery is very important and very short span of time is given. Next. Did you ever got a chance? These are for senior people, okay? Got a chance to manage a team or work as a test lead? You will tell, yes, I was working as a senior test engineer, but got a chance to manage the team once my lead was absent. Had to collect weekly status, take daily status, assign task to test engineers, and handle escalation. Okay. Now guys, these are the general questions. Now next question, generic question, sometimes they ask is, which are the databases you have worked? What you should tell is, I have worked in SQL Server, Oracle, that's all, 2 databases, SQL Server and Oracle. Next question is, how much you rate yourself in SQL out of 10? So you should tell what? 8. Then he will ask these specific queries. Next, why did you use Unix in your current project? What do you have to answer this? Since the client environment is in Unix platforms, since the client environment is in Unix platform, we have used Unix. These are the generic question, guys. Now, after this, the next set of question goes is a very specific question that is nothing but your manual testing question. So now let us study one by one manual testing question. So the manual testing question starts is a very simple questions. What is the model followed in your organization? You have to tell what? Agile. You have to explain agile also. Next. What is the testing process? Nothing but your STLC. Next question is, what is the bug life cycle? Next, what is the regression testing? Next, what are test case design technique? Next, what is the difference between test scenario and test cases? Next, what is a test plan? What are the attributes of a test plan? Who prepares the test plan? Who prepares the test plan? What is the answer?
Test engineer.
Test lead or test manager? Who prepares the test plan? Next is what? When is the test plan prepared? When is the test plan prepared? As soon as we get the requirement. When is the test plan prepared? Next. Example of
It's rate number.
yeah, I'll do that. Example of high severity and a low priority bug and vice versa. Example of low severity and high priority bug. Okay, so like that you should be ready with your answers. Next, what are the status of the bug? Next, what are the other status of the bug? Next, what is exploratory testing? Testing, functional testing, integration testing, system testing, and user acceptance testing. Next, what is the difference between smoke testing and ad hoc testing? Next, what is the difference between smoke testing and sanity testing? Then next, what are the contents of a bug report? Next, can you please write down 5 test scenarios and 5 test cases for your project? Next, can you please write down 5 blocker and critical bugs you got in your project? Next, which is the test management tool used in your organization? Next, which is the bug tracking tool used in your organization? Next, which is the scheduling tool, bug tracking tool? This scheduling tool we will specifically take in ETL testing questions. Next, manual testing. Next question. What is V and V model and how it is different from prototype model? Next, what is testing and what are types of testing? Next, were you involved in writing test plan? You can tell test lead or manager was writing, but we were just marked in the mail so we can see, but we were not preparing it. Okay, and if you want to tell that we have prepared, you can just tell all the attributes the way I have explained you. Next, what is a RTM document? When it is prepared? When RTM document is prepared, what is the answer for this? Before test execution. Do you remember that? Yes. Before test execution, we'll prepare the RTM document. Next, what is test execution report? Next, are we writing separate test cases for regression testing? What is the answer for this? Are we writing separate test cases for regression testing? Do you remember answer for this? Anyone there? Divya, Shreya, anyone? Are we writing separate test cases for regression testing? No. We are taking it from previous release test case repository. Next, what is impact analysis? Next, what if developer do not accept debug? Next, what is an invalid bug? Then duplicate bug. Next, what is usability testing? Next, what is compatibility testing? Next, what is a compatibility issue? Next, what is the difference between bug and defect? Next, what is entry and exit criteria? Next, what are deliverables in test plan? What are deliverable in test plan? Deliverables, or what are deliverables? Just next, what is a release? Next, what are advantages of boundary value analysis? When we go for equivalence partitioning, okay, 10. These are the manual testing questions. Now let us come to the next section, nothing but your ETL testing questions. ETL testing questions, first question will be asked is what? There it will be asked what is the project. Here it will be asked what? What is the project architecture? Architecture. What is the project architecture? Next you have to tell what are your roles and responsibilities. Next, what is SCD type 1, 2, 3, and what kind of validations are done for these. The SCD type 1, type 2, type 3. Type 1 will update the value. If you remember, type 2 will have historic data. Type 3 will just have the last two values. A person moves from Mumbai to Delhi to Goa, then Delhi, Goa will be only there in type 3. Validations is based on the flag filter and date filter, if you remember. Next. What is...
Sorry, sir. Sorry to interrupt. Sir, one I have just received a call. Basically, asking that Selenium they can.
What is initial and incremental load? What are their validations? What is initial and incremental load? What are their validations? Do you remember?
Yes, the first time loading
Is initial load,
initial
full load, incremental is a delta load, second time load. The validation is done based on what column? Incremental validation is based on ETL run number, date column, and also the flag column. Okay, so these three. Flag will be what? Flag, suppose next time we are running, so the second time what in incremental load, the date column, created date and updated date will change. Created date is supposed for the first time it is 1st January 2022. If I have loaded the data again, then it will be what? 2nd January 2022. That created date will change and updated date first will be null. Later on, it will have the updated date, whatever the date is there. Suppose 2nd January 2022. And this is first is the date column, then is the ETL run number. That's all you have to tell. Date column and ETL run number column. These are what? To validate what? Incremental load. And this is actually, SCD types. In SCD type, I have told you 1, 2, 3. In that, I have told that in SCD type 2, there is something flag. Flag for the new record will become active, and for the old record, it will become what? It will become historic. Next, what is the difference between database and data warehouse? Next, what is the difference between OLTP and OLAP? Okay. Next, which is the ETL tool used? Okay. Next, suppose you tell Informatica Power Center version 10.0. Then which are the components of Informatica Power Center? Do you remember?
What is QC?
That is a test
Quality
management.
center.
Yeah, that is a test management tool. Hold on, first let me just complete this. Which are the components of Informatica Power Center? Which are the components of Informatica Power Center? Designer, workflow manager, and workflow monitor. Then,
Can we have more demo classes on that?
so next is what are the components of Informatica Power Center? Next. Then, what is the ETL tools used? What is the components of Informatica Power Center? Next. What is the scheduling tool used? So there is a scheduling tool Tidal, which I have already taught you. Next, what is the BI reporting tool you are using? You can just tell Tableau or Power BI or MicroStrategy. Next, guys, is the question that question already I have tell you how much you rate yourself in SQL. That I've already told you have to tell 8 out of 10 and 4 out of 5. Next question here comes is, what are the validations done for ETL testing? This is the main question, the most important question. So I have told us 100 times: count, duplicate, minus, structure first, then null, and then as per the business logic. Okay. Then yeah, then next question, what is lookup transformation and its validation? What is filter transformation and its validation? Then next ETL testing question is, what is the use of ETL testing? Use of ETL testing is what? Use of ETL testing is to check the data is migrated correctly from source to data warehouse and then to BI report. What is the end product of ETL testing? The end product of ETL testing is nothing but a BI report which is developed. Overall, how many testings are there in ETL testing? You remember 9 kind of testing: data completeness, data transformation, initial load, incremental load, integration testing, regression testing, user acceptance testing. How we do regression testing in ETL testing? First we create backup table, then A minus B. Okay. I have loaded 1000 records from Excel to the database. What are the kinds of validation which would be performed so that we will not miss any data validation? Next, what is the difference between data warehouse and data mart? What is a data warehouse? What is the difference between surrogate key and primary key? Then next question from data modeling. So which data model is used in your project? So you can tell star schema or snowflake schema. Tell star schema. Next is what is the difference between fact and dimension table? Next, how is the fact and dimension table joined? Using primary key and foreign key joined. Next, what are factless fact table? What are types of fact table? Then, which is loaded first? Fact table or dimension table? What is the answer for this? Dimension table first, because that is the parent table. Then is the fact table loaded. Next, what is a source system? Next, what are the data quality checks? What are the way or technique to validate source to target? All you have to tell: Excel to Excel, DB to DB, file to file. These are ETL testing questions. Next, we'll go to BI reporting questions. What is the BI reporting tool used? Suppose you told Power BI. Okay. Next, what are the validation done for a Power BI tool? So I have already told you functional testing, then UI testing, and somewhat the performance testing. And the main thing is what? The data testing. Functional testing means the functionality, using UI testing with the user interface. Performance testing is nothing but checking the performance of the application by applying huge load of data. So this you can tell or you cannot tell, but the main thing is what? UI testing, functional testing, and data testing. Data testing is the most important. Each and every data in the report should match with the data warehouse. I have told you all the ways to test the Power BI. Check my notes. Next, write 5 test scenario for BI reporting testing and 5 test cases for BI reporting testing. Same thing, whatever I have given you the points, just convert into report and cases. Now, they will ask her, what are the bugs you got while doing BI reporting testing? You can just tell that bugs occurred because of refresh, cache and cookies were not deleted. That means if you don't refresh your report, then also that bugs are there, and after refreshing of the report, these bugs goes. This is one defect. Another defect, the values in the report was not matching the data warehouse, as the formula used in the reports were incorrect. Then you can tell what? Data type. One issues of ETL testing. What happened? There are issues like count is not matching. Bugs of ETL testing. Okay, count is not matching. Then values were not matching between source and target. Okay, this is fine. Next, I want to discuss on the questions on SQL. So next we'll learn the questions on SQL. So what is how you rate yourself in SQL? First question, how you rate yourself in SQL. Then questions we divided into 2 types. One is theoretical questions like what are joins? Next, what are subqueries? Next, what is the difference between delete, drop, and truncate? Next, what is a view? Next, what is a stored procedure? certain set of query. If I want to store, if we want to execute again and again, that is nothing but your stored procedures. It is a part of PL/SQL, not of SQL. Next, what are the types of join? Difference between left outer join and right outer join. Okay, next. What is correlated subqueries? Next. What are the data types in SQL, and what is the difference between char and varchar? What is the difference between group function and scalar function? What are the types of group function? Sum, max, min, average, and count. Can you write the duplicate query, or can you write a query to find out the duplicates? First query. Next query will be what? Write a query to delete the duplicates. Do you remember this query? Delete from table where row ID not in, select max of that particular function. Max of salary, suppose, or if I want that, and group by from the table, group by that particular column.
Greater than 1.
No, group by that particular column. Okay, now the next question I want is delete the duplicate query. 100% they will ask. You should just remember this query always. Next, to display second maximum salary, third maximum, fourth maximum, any maximum salary, then they will give you, suppose, two tables to join. Okay, and suppose I want the data which is present in one table and not present in next table. So what query I will use? I will use minus or left outer join or right outer join. So these are the things to find out the data which is present in one table, not present in other table. Minus or left outer join or right outer join. To display alternate records. If you want to see the alternate record, can you just write a query for this? Then display the details of employee earning first maximum salary. Then next query which will be asked to you is what is the difference between rank function and dense rank function? Then what is referential integrity constraint error? What is the difference between primary key and unique key? Then next query will be asked is how to get sixth record from a table. Next, how to get first record from a table. Do you remember that? First record from a table. Let us start from EMP where row equals to 1. Table. Okay, now. Then what is the difference between row num and row ID? What is group by function? Next question on group by. Display department wise maximum salary.
Sir, they will provide us the table right over there, or they'll just ask us?
They will give a table in a white sheet of paper. Okay.
Okay, sir.
The display department wise maximum salary. Then what is the output? Select star from EMP where null not equals to null. Output is no record. Null cannot be compared. Then what is the query to display employee earning second maximum salary? Query to display recently joined employees. Next, query to display employee and their respective manager. Next, query to count number of employees whose salary is greater than 2,000. Fine. These are the SQL questions. Next we will learn is quality center or ALM questions. QC also called as what? ALM. Also called as what? ALM. So now the questions on QC and ALM. First is, what is quality center? The test management tool where we do the entire testing activities. What is full?
Sir, Informatica is different and QC is different.
Yes, yes. Informatica is an ETL tool. QC is a test management tool. Okay. What is full form of ALM? Application Lifecycle Management. Okay. So what is ALM? Same question. So it's a higher version of QC is called as ALM. It's again a test management tool. Now, what are the modules in quality center or ALM? Next, what is test plan in QC? Next, what is test lab in QC? Next, explain defect section in QC. Next, in which section of QC we prepare the RTM? In the test plan section. Next, in QC, the next question they will ask is, what is defect module in QC? What is defect module in QC? Wait, how to export the defect from QC? So you have to just tell what? Click on defect section and then select the defect, right click and export the defect. It will be exported in Excel sheet. It will be exported Excel sheet. Fine. Next, in ETL testing, they are also asking one question is very, very important. That is nothing but, what is the difference between mapping and maplet? Then after this, your general question, the most important question is, now I'm highlighting, what is the introduce yourself, project explanation, the roles and responsibilities, then 5 test scenarios, okay, for your project, 5 test cases, 5 bugs for your project. These are the most important questions here. Manual testing. First thing, the most important is bug life cycle, regression testing, then your agile methodology, then your test case design technique, difference between test scenario and test cases, status of the bug severity, and test planning. Okay. These are the most important questions. Next, in your ETL testing, project architecture, your roles and responsibility, SCD, okay, validations in ETL testing, okay. Then this question, if I have loaded this many data, what will be your method to check difference between surrogate key, primary key? What are the data model used in your project? Difference between fact and dimension table. BI reporting project. 5 scenarios, validations used for Power BI. SQL questions. SQL, most of the questions are easy only, so you can just study, but this duplicate query 100% they will ask, and this employee and their respective manager, this is also mostly asked. In QC, what is the modules in QC? This is generally asked, and in which module we prepare the RTM? This is generally asked. Yes, these are the complete question set of your Unix. What is why Unix is used? Because client is using the Unix platform. Next is to display third record, okay, or third column from a file. Then to find difference between two files, diff, to find difference between two files. Then what is the command awk? This is very important. What is the command awk? And then you have to tell header, tailor, copy, move. Just you can tell, can you tell 5 commands in Unix?